Well, good morning, all you amazing aspiring YouTubers. I hope everybody had a good day yesterday. It's been a busy week, but that's all right. For those of you in the US, we had our Trump-Harris debate last night, which was very interesting. I'm not going to get into that, but that was a very interesting debate. Oh yeah, and it's hump day. Whoop, whoop. Every time I say that, I think of that Camel commercial. That was hilarious. But more importantly, I only have 8 days until I leave for Europe. Yes, can't wait. It's going to be so awesome. But what I wanted to talk about this morning was yesterday I was listening to the Think Media podcast, and Sean Cannell had a couple different people on the podcast, but the main theme of the podcast was, should you start multiple YouTube channels when you're starting out, basically? And his point of view to me is spot on, because I've actually done what he said you shouldn't do. Yeah, it's, typical of me going overboard. But he said that no, you shouldn't. If you're starting out, you should pick your niche, start your channel, and make sure it's one channel, one niche, one topic, one subject, but don't spread yourself too thin. I forget exactly how he worded it, but he said something along the lines of, if you chase a bunch of rabbits, you might end up catching none. Something like that. I mean, it makes sense, If you focus on one thing, the likelihood of you achieving or getting that one thing is probably definitely higher than if you spread yourself among multiple things trying to reach the same goal in all of those channels. Now, he did say, obviously, once your one channel gets rolling along and you're making money with it and you have your processes in place and you have some automations in place, then yeah, sure, start another channel. And I did it backwards. So I started a bunch of channels and then put all the processes and automations in place that help me maintain and make content on multiple channels. Now, I have scaled back social media, and I actually haven't published my videos and this vlog on the web page associated with the channel, because again, that takes a lot of time, and time is scarce. Sometimes I don't have the time to do all these extra things and all the social media posts. So I have scaled that back. Now, I will say on my tech channel, I have a WordPress plugin that when I make a new WordPress blog post, it automatically publishes to my social media channels. And that obviously helps a great deal in saving me time, because I don't have to worry about manually going to my X, to Instagram and Facebook and all that and make the post. It posts it for me, which is nice to have. I probably should keep up the web pages, but again, sometimes it's just a little time consuming to turn the video content into written content. Again, I have processes in place that definitely help speed that up and definitely help make it easier. I do use a lot of AI tools to do that. Again, I don't use AI to create the content. I'm simply using AI to organize and assemble the content in proper formatting for whatever medium I'm going to be posting it on. Whether it be, a website blog, whether it be a, social media post, whatever the case may be. So I do have those processes in place. So the channels I have, it's easier for me to, get that content created and get it published. At this point, I would really feel bad to stop posting on one of my channels. Now, I don't consider my gaming channel to be something that I put a lot of time into. I game every once in a while during the week and on weekends. And when I do game, I simply stream that content to my YouTube channel. And so it records it and it's there to be watched. That doesn't take any effort because I'm already gaming. I just simply turn on the computer and stream the content. So it's it's there. I don't go in and do a bunch of editing. I used to. Occasionally I'll create some shorts because I'll have some really cool moments or funny moments or whatever the case may be. But, oh, and by the way, Opus Clips now does an amazing job of creating those shorts from the long form gaming content, which all you have to do there is simply paste in the link to your video. You choose your categories as to what type of content it is, and then it creates the clips, and then you can automatically post the clip to your YouTube channel without ever leaving Opus Clips, which is pretty nice. Again, huge time-saving process, and I highly recommend that you look into Opus Clips. It's not that expensive if you pay for the paid version, and it gives you a lot of functionality, and it gives you a lot of capabilities to convert long form to short form. And short form is definitely something you should consider, because while it's not going to be a huge revenue generator when you get monetized, it does earn revenue, but it just takes a lot of views to get any kind of significant revenue from shorts. That being said, Opus Clips is amazing. So that's how I create my short content. So you definitely need to keep that in mind. And there's other ways, like CapCut, for example. CapCut has a way in CapCut for you to take sections of your long form content and you can turn it into a short form. I believe Microsoft's Clipchamp can do that now too. Now, Clipchamp is actually a really good program that Microsoft has come out with. They're trying to, stay competitive in this content creation space, which I think is great. I think competition is fantastic for any, business. But Clipchamp is a good program, and if you already have any type of Microsoft subscription, like to their Office 365, their Microsoft 365, you can actually get the advanced or pro version of Clipchamp as part of that subscription. So you definitely want to take a look at that if you have any Microsoft subscriptions, because you might already have it. And it's Clipchamp. I'll leave a link in the description to Clipchamp, and I'll also leave a link to Opus Clips so you can guys go check it out. Also, don't forget, in the description is some PDFs that you should take a look at. One of them is how to find your niche, and it gives you the current top 5 niches on YouTube that are trending or popular. And the other one is basically a real short how to start a YouTube channel PDF. It just kind of goes over the basics from start to finish of, step 1, step 2, step 3 kind of thing. But it's a good foundation, and you should definitely go check it out. But at this point, I really I can't bring myself to not publish content on the channels I currently have. So I have this channel here, which is dedicated to helping, these Gen X YouTubers like myself actually get started and get their content published on YouTube. So people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, even 70s, if you're wanting to start on YouTube and you're watching this video, which is probably why you're watching this video, because you're searching for how to get started on YouTube, hit me up in the comment section. I'll be happy to help, because this channel is dedicated to you. Now, I also have my tech channel, and that channel is technology specific for smart homes. I should say just smart homes. It's smart technology. So whether it be for your home, your phone, your car, I cover those topics, and I do unboxings and reviews of software and physical products. That was my original channel that I created. It's actually doing pretty well. It has a pretty steady growth, albeit it's not growing super fast. It is growing, so it's nice. Then I have my podcast that I do with my Canadian buddy every Wednesday. Tonight's Wednesday. I'll leave a link to it in the description. Go check it out. I'd really appreciate it. Most of the videos are pretty fun. We do some bantering and have a good time. We talk about everything, Canada, US, covering, technology, covering, which now we have, election stuff we're talking about. So there's a lot of topics, but it's basically US and Canada based. And then I also have a channel that I started for my traveling. And again, I'm already traveling. I already take pictures and videos while I travel. So I just decided to take that content that I already create and put it into a channel. Again, yes, it takes time to do editing. I spent some time yesterday afternoon and yesterday evening creating a post, but it's not super difficult. I guess really the hardest thing is because I don't properly segment the pictures and video to where I know this is day 1, day 2, day 3 kind of thing, is remembering which pictures to go to which day. But I'll do a better job of that. But I already have the content, so I just put it into CapCut. I create a little timeline and do a little tweaking and editing and post it. And actually, they've gotten some good views for the 3 or 4 videos that are on there, surprisingly. Now, my trip that's coming up in a week or so, I'm going to try to do a better job of making sure I organize my pictures and video correctly into the days, day 1, day 2, day 3 kind of thing, because that's how I want to create the videos, is, Europe day 1 kind of thing. But so, yeah, don't stretch yourself too thin. Don't create a bunch of social media channels, maybe 1 or 2. He says you should try to keep it to 2. And YouTube being 1. So basically YouTube plus 1 other. So like YouTube and X, YouTube and Facebook, YouTube and Instagram. Whatever medium that you are comfortable, or maybe you already have an audience on, for sure you want to do that. So stick to 1 channel, 1 niche, get it rolling, add a social media channel to it. And once you get that channel rolling pretty smooth, your processes are in place, then absolutely, you want to start another channel? Absolutely, start another channel. Just remember, don't stretch yourself too thin, because you'll end up having your first channel, your main channel, however you want to look at it, it'll end up suffering. Which I can see that, because there's been times where I haven't done things on my main channel that I wanted to do because I was, having to put time into other things. So definitely want to kind of keep an eye on that and not stretch yourself too thin. But listen, as always, I really appreciate you guys, the comments, the interaction, following the channel, subscribing, which, reminder, hit that like button down below there, because it definitely tells the old YouTube algorithm that you're enjoying this content. I would greatly appreciate that. And as always, grab that camera, hit that record button, and I want you to crush this Wednesday. And we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.